The very first, uh, what do you say then? Lock of hair. The first lock of hair, you think about your mother, and you give thanks to your mother, gratitude, deep gratitude. The second lock of hair, you think about your father, deep gratitude to your father. The third lock of hair, when it's cut, you hold in your hand, you think about all living beings that connect with you, like the number of hairs. Think about all of them. That's how we owe the gratitude to many, many living beings, many people. So think about them. Now, on the fourth, sixth, fifth, seventh, all of those, the rest, then you think about someone you can feel and show your gratitude. Okay, that's basically the reason why we leaving home, because we have someone we love so much that we want to give our life to that person or many people. Shouldn't be one, could be many, because we love that person so much. We want to dedicate our life to that person and say that 7 days, 10 days, my life is giving to these beings. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. If you leave home for 10, then think that way. You have to think that it's so wonderful if you can give this life to someone, even one day. How much more when you give 10 days of your life to someone completely? After this, tomorrow, you go to the mountain, everything you do, you step one step, you eat, you drink, do anything, you have to think that I'm doing this for this person, for my mother here, for my father. Always think in that way. Then the leaving home is complete. Don't think about yourself. Don't think you do this for you. Every teaching at the center, on the mountain, is all about how we should give ourselves. You're thinking about that simple word, giving yourself. Think about those words. But it's utterly difficult for many, many people. Just even giving is already so difficult. Now we are asking you to think you can give yourself your energy, your life energy. It's not something very small and easy. Difficult. But we ask you to do the difficult thing, to give yourself. So this 10 days from now until the 19th, today is the night, right? Is it today the night or the 8th? 8th. Tomorrow the 9th. From the 9th until the 19th, actually you will release a precept on the 20th. You need to think about these 10 days as so significant in your life. So significant that you should not go through the motion. Okay, I'm doing this, doing that. No. Every day, I will remind you. It's the day that you are actually not you. You become the act of giving. You become the act of love. For the last 10 years, I keep forgetting reminding you, but this year I won't forget. And it's so incredible when you close your eye for a moment and think, why are we doing this? And you always connect with the why. Then you see how wonderful you could be. We don't connect with the why that much. We always connect with what, and therefore we miss the point. Why are we doing this? To leave home is a not new tradition. To leave home, become a monk or nun, is a long, long tradition. Begin with the Buddha. You go to the country like Laos and Cambodia, Myanmar, Thailand, the tradition is still alive. When you go to marry, before you marry, maybe you have to do 7 days of leaving home because it's a statement of how you repay the kindness to your parents. So become a monk and nun is so common in East Asia, on Southeast Asia. It's not something new. We not invent the new wheel, but we interpret it in a way that you can understand how it's so meaningful until today. And therefore, leaving home is not something that is strange. It's only strange because it's a cultural shock for many of us who are not in Asia, or a cultural shock because we was born here. But this is something so common. We just become a monk and nuns for 5 days, 6 days, 20 days, 3 months. And I remember one of the person I met at the refugee camp in 1980 in Pulau Bidong, and she said to me, said, "Oh, if when we get out of this, I'm going to cao đầu, I'm sukya for 3 months." When I get to America, I found her again 3 years later. And I asked her, "Did you do that? Did you really shave your head and become a nun for 3 months?" She said, "Yes. I went to a Cambodian temple." And then I said, "Is it a temple?" "Yes, it's really a temple." "How big is the temple?" "Just a small room." But for 3 months, she's a Vietnamese, but she had to find a Cambodian temple. For 3 months in New York, and she stayed there for 3 months, just kiss her head and serve food and do all kinds of things for 3 months. But that's how amazed the kind of heart and mind. So it's not something new. But the new thing that everyone wants to see is this, that we are doing this with a lot of love, and we're doing this for one reason: to give ourselves to someone else. And therefore, I have 25 excuses not to be on time. But you don't have much excuse. The only one reason that why you become a monk or nun today is because you want to express your love to someone. There's no other reason. And shouldn't be any other reason. You want to be a monk or a nun because you want to give. And the gift of love is the most profound, the hardest one and the most profound gift.